On my recent submission to CGC, I was charged more for one book, and surprisingly, I'm very happy about it. Find out why. Hi comic book fans, and welcome back to Still Only 35 Cents, your regular dose of vintage comics and collectibles. For this one, I'm unboxing a CGC modern submission which has a very special surprise inside. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell for future videos just like this one. So right before CGC recently announced the impacts and process relating to tariffs, I submitted a host of books to them at WonderCon back in March this year. This particular submission was a collection of Modern Age and Copper Age keys under the modern tier for books from 1975 to the present day, with a maximum value of $400. So let's take a look at the books before they were submitted.
Hello, David.
Let's see what I got.
Swamp Thing.
Bit of Dredd. Well, NYX3 first, X23. Saga 1. First Black Suit Spidey. First Cloak and Dagger. Classic Dave Stevens. First Lobo. More Dave Stevens.
And yeah, we should add comic or anything else you can add. If
And
not,
some Dracula
that's if you
to
want them
finish
to
us
read
off.
the actual autograph itself.
So the books recently came back from Sarasota, Florida. However, I was notified by CGC that they had raised one of the books to a higher tier and price level. In this case, to the unlimited price tier, which is usually reserved for books worth over $1,000. If this happens, CGC will charge you extra grading fees for the book under the new tier. But it does mean that you will have a high grade and high value book. So I'm super excited to see which book I looked at with, and if you want to play along, leave a comment down below to let me know your guess of what book you think it was. As we go through, I'll put the current fair market values at the grades for each of the books as we reveal them, as well as, where available, what I paid for them. So let's get into this. So, first up is this copy of Tomb of Dracula, issue 69. This is the last but one in the series. But what grade did we get? This one came back a 9.0. Not great grade for me. I was hoping a little bit higher. But again, Tomb of Draculas are tough to get in any type of grade anyway. So I'll take the 9.0. But what did the grader's notes say? So the grader's notes were crease to bottom of front cover and light crease to bottom left of back cover. This was submitted for pressing with CGC, so I'm a little surprised to see creases still featured in the books. Next up, we have another issue of Tomb of Dracula. This is Tomb of Dracula issue 67 from that great run in the Bronze Age back in 1978. But what grade did we get? We got a 9.6 on this one, so super happy with that. Issue 67 of Tomb of Dracula. Really happy. I wish the previous book had been a 9.6, but you can't have them all. So let's see what the grader's notes say. Spine stress line. So it does have some issues, but only minor, just enough to get it that 9.6. Very happy with that one. This next one is a classic for me. I've been looking for a while. Dave Stevens' goodness. This is Seduction of the Innocent 3D, issue 1. This is from Eclipse in 1985. Beautiful Dave Stevens cover on the front here. So super excited to see what grade we got on this. I knew it was high grade going in, so let's keep our fingers crossed. And a 9.8. So really stoked with that one. Can't wait to add that to my Dave Stevens collection. Really happy with that. All right, next up is the first appearance of Lobo in Omega Men 3. Again, I've had a couple of copies of this book. This was the one that I felt had the most chance of grading quite highly. What can you say about this book? Lobo will hit James Gunn's DC universe, so super excited to see him in movie form, but this is his first appearance. But let's see what grade we got with this book. A 9.6. Not a 9.8, but I'm super happy. I'll take a 9.6 any day for the first appearance of Lobo. But let's check out the grader's notes. Surprise, surprise, a 9.6 with spine stress lines. This one I'm super excited about. This is Planet Comics #1 with this fabulous Dave Stevens cover. Really excited to have this in the collection. Picked this up from a UK auction house in a random lot. It was sitting there, looked pristine, sent it off for submission. So this is from Blackthorne Publishing in 1988, Planet Comics #1, with this fabulous cover, as mentioned, with these beautiful ladies on the front. What grade did we get? A 9.8. What's great about this is that book, in its current state, is around about $1,000 book. Just for that cover alone. A great cover purchase, great book, so super happy to have that in the collection. As you can imagine with a 9.8, no grader's notes, so I join the Planet Comics issue 1 9.8 club. Okay, now we have Spectacular Spider-Man issue 64. This is the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. I already have this book in my collection. I believe it's a 9.6. Saw this copy and thought I'd submit it. Thought it had a chance, outside chance, at least in the 9s. So let's see what grade this one got. We got a 9.2. Again, first appearance Cloak and Dagger. Can't really go wrong. I'm happy to have that in the collection. You might see that coming to a claim sale very soon. But a 9.2 for that book is a super cool key to have. With a grade like 9.2, we need to check out the grader's notes. So this one has wear right top of front cover and a rusted bottom staple. That'll explain a lot in terms of that grade. And if you've got issue 64, you should really have a copy of issue 69. This is Spectacular Spider-Man 69 from 1982. Features the reintroduction of Cloak and Dagger in the title. Again, I wanted to pick this up to finish off with that other great cover of Cloak and Dagger. So let's see what grade we got on this one. We got a 9.4. Again, I'll take that. A 9.4 is pretty good for these types of comics anyway, so I'm happy to have that in the collection and add to my Cloak and Dagger keys. And again, a 9.4. What were the grader's notes? Spine stress lines. That probably would have taken a point or so off. Crease right bottom of front cover. And very light rusted staples. That's probably what's knocked it down a bit. Again, probably could get a little bit of treatment with a clean and a press. We'll give that a go and see how we go for the next book. Next up is Marvel Team Up issue 141 from 1984. This is the comic book that ties for the first appearance of Spider-Man's black suit, tied with Amazing Spider-Man 252. Great to have this in the PC. Wonder what grade we got. This was from a UK auction house with a whole batch of other comics. Ouch! Okay, what happened here? Let's have a look at the grader's notes. So, tanning interior cover, tear with crease top of back cover. Damn it. Chip out of left bottom back cover and crease left center of back. Those issues will have accumulated and caused that 8.5. Still a great book. Might crack this one out and keep it raw. Such a great book regardless anyway, but still great to see it in the slab. This one's been on my hunt list for a while. This is Saga #1 from 2012. A great book to own and a great series. So super happy to finally get my copy of this. Again, I bought this from a UK auction house relatively cheaply actually, a sort of job lot of Saga 1 through 5. So when I saw this one, it was in immaculate condition. Thought I'd give it a shot at CGC. So what did we get? We got a 9.8. So super happy with that. A great win again from this submission. So Saga #1, loads of key appearances in this. Great to have it in the collection. Next up is NYX3. Again, another book that's been on my wish list for the longest time. I managed to find one at a UK auction house recently. Looked in decent shape, so I picked it up. Finally, great to have this in the collection. But what grade did we get on this book? We got a 9.6, so super happy with that. Again, 9.6, 9.8. I don't think you can go wrong in terms of getting these books into your collection. The grader's notes, spine stress lines to the front cover. That's to be expected in a 9.6. But other than that, I think this is a beautiful presenting slab. So super happy to have the first appearance of Laura Kinney. Next up is this copy of Judge Dredd issue 3 from Eagle Comics in 1984. This is the first US appearance of the Judge Death Dark Judges. So super pleased to have this in the collection. It's a tough book to get in high grade with that black cover. This is one of 2 copies that I've got here. And as you can see here, it's got this fabulous back cover with all of the Dark Judges on it. So let's see what grade we got. Oh, I got a 9.0. So let's check out the grader's notes on that one. So the grader's notes are crease top of back cover, crease bottom of back cover, and wear all corners. Again, you'd tend to agree with that. CGC know what they're doing when it comes to that stuff. I think the wear on all the corners is probably what's cost us the grade here. But still, a 9.0 for a book of that age is still pretty good. So not sure if I'll crack this open and keep it raw. Probably will for the personal collection. And we'll see what we get on this next book. So, Second Chance Saloon on Judge Dredd issue 3 from Eagle Comics 1984. This one I've got slightly more higher hopes for because at least one of them was really, really pristine when I submitted it. So let's see, once again, what we got from a grade on this one. And we got a 9.8. With that cover, it's always tricky to guarantee a 9.8. So super happy with that. 9.8, beautiful Brian Bolland cover. First appearance of the Dark Judges in US Comics. Absolutely stoked with that. A great win. Next up, if you've got Judge Dredd issue 3, you need Judge Dredd issue 1, which features the first US appearance of Judge Dredd, as well as the first US appearance of Judge Death and Judge Anderson. A fabulous book for anyone to own in their PC. So super happy to get this. Again, hopeful on the grade on this one. Let's see how we did. And we got a 9.6. Not a 9.8, but I'm perfectly happy with that one. Great book to have and such a great grade. What did we get on the grader's notes? Spine stress lines, of all things. So who knows? This could press out given another opportunity. But for now, I'm happy with the 9.6 of the first US appearance of Judge Dredd, Judge Death, and Judge Anderson. And to close us out on this submission, it's a copy of Saga of the Swamp Thing, issue 21, the book that really started the Alan Moore run and the reinvention of Swamp Thing. This is the newsstand edition from 1984. Fabulous book to have in the collection as a Swamp Thing collector. So let's see what grade we got with this newsstand edition. So we got a 9.4. I'm okay with a 9.4. That's a great grade for a book of this age. Let's just check what hit us on the grader's notes. So spine stress lines you'd expect, but it seems we've got a very light staple rust on the staples as well, which is what's cost us some of the points on the grade. Nevertheless, super happy to have that in the collection and a great book to add to the PC. So that's it. I really hoped you enjoyed this latest unboxing. I'll have a few more for you over the next few videos, so stay tuned for those, including a magazine and signature authenticated books, as well as some Silver Age keys that I'll be revealing on the members exclusive Mega Member Mail Call show. And speaking of members, we've just launched channel memberships here on Still Only 35 Cents. For just $2.99 US a month, you can join the other price variant members to gain access to exclusive member-only videos and live shows. All the proceeds raised from memberships will be going to the Hero Initiative. And with that, thanks as always for watching. Take care of yourselves, and see you soon, true believers. Don't forget to check out other great videos, as well as follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and X. We also host a weekly live stream, the Merry Monday Mail Call Show, every Monday morning at 7:30 AM Australian Eastern Time. Enough said.